Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is dedicated to all of those who are trying to learn Spanish. I also made this same video in Dutch for Dutch speakers, so if you speak this language, I recommend you to click on the link in the description box below or the video box up here and continue listening to the video in Dutch instead. And let's get started. What is the difference between Spanish from Spain and Spanish from Latin America? This is one of the most frequent questions that I get asked a lot from Spanish learners in general, including my students. So Spanish is the official language of 21 countries, including Spain, and a big majority of this is from Latin America. Spanish is thus one of the most important and widely spoken language in the world today. We can also add that it is the official language and co-language of the following countries. Yes, I'm going to say all of them: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, República Dominicana, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, or Mexico in English, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Puerto Rico, Uruguay, Venezuela, and of course the European country Spain. Despite the differences between the Spanish spoken in Spain and the ones spoken in Latin America, all these speakers are able to speak with each other without any communication problems. So they do understand each other perfectly. Good, so let's put it simple. The Spanish language was brought to Latin America by the Spanish colonists in the 16th century, and researchers also say that Spanish originates from the province of Castilla in Spain, and that this is the reason why it is also called Castellano. It's also just Spanish. Okay, now moving on to the pronunciation part and differences between the European Spanish and the South American one. I did find four very important ones, which are the ceseo, yeísmo, leísmo, and voceo. When speaking about ceseo, we're able to find it in the following examples. Let's say the Z or the letter Z before the letters A, O, U, and the letter C before the letters E and I are pronounced as the letter S, such as in zapato and Cecilia in Spain. In Latin America, this would be pronounced as zapato and Cecilia. Cecilia is a woman's name and zapato is shoe. With yeísmo, the sounds elle, double L, and Y, Y, are pronounced exactly the same. So just as you pronounce the Y in New York, for example, caballo and playa, there isn't any difference in pronunciation when you say that in Spanish. Caballo means horse and playa means the beach. So this type of pronunciation is also found in Spain. When talking about leísmo, we can take the example him, which is used as lo in Latin America. In this example, I love him. We would use lo quiero in Spanish. Many others would use le as in le quiero instead of lo quiero, which is also correct, but this form or this use of le is an example of leísmo. And then we also have voceo. This is only used in some of the Latin American countries instead of the form tú, which means you. This is mainly heard in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, but there's also a part in Venezuela where this is also common, in the city of Maracaibo. Vosotros, for example, they use this in Spain a lot. This is not frequently used in Latin America, with exceptions of some countries, and including again some regions and cities like Maracaibo again in Venezuela. Vosotros is you in Spain. Let's move on to the jargon and vocabulary in general. One of the main differences between the European and Latin American Spanish is mostly heard in colloquial language and slang. Most of these countries have their own slang, their own street talk. Something that is very normal in Spain and could be very common for them there is, for example, not used in another South American country with the same meaning. For example, the verb coger. This verb, which is usually used to express the act of grabbing something, is in other parts of Latin America. This is used with more of a sexual meaning or connotation. So we have to be careful which ones we would use. We would use in Latin America, instead of coger, we would use agarrar. And there's another one. Pitillo is, for example, in Venezuela, a drinking straw. In Mexico, it's called popote. And in Spain, it's called pajita. In Spain, pitillo means cigarette in colloquial language. Another typical example is the difference between the term car, used in Spain, and in many or most of South American countries we would use carro. So yes, there are a lot of differences in some terms. Which brings me now to food terms. The names of fruit and vegetables can vary depending on the region. I will give you a couple of examples here. Strawberries. In Spain, they would say fresas. In Chile, they would say frutillas. Also in Argentina and a couple of other countries too. The use of the term berries or blackberries, which would be arándanos in Spain, or moras. And for example, we have cucumber. Pepino is a more standard and widely used term than cohombro, for example. We have potatoes. Patatas in Spain, or papas in South America. Beans, judías or alubias in Spain. In Venezuela, caraotas. Chile, porotos. In Mexico, frijoles. In Colombia, habichuelas. Juice can also be said as jugo in South America, and zumo in Spain. And just like these, we have so many more examples. If you noticed, they are mostly found in food terms, street talk, colloquialisms, slang, maybe some idioms as well in Spanish. So the difference is not very big. I guess you can fend for yourself, and if you are in a Latin American country and you learn the Spanish from Spain, that's fine. There would be no problem because they would still understand you. Well, I guess this is the end of the video. I really hope you liked it and enjoyed it, and I hope it was useful for you, and that this way it could help you choose which type of Spanish you would like to learn. There is no correct Spanish, so whether you learn the South American Spanish or the European Spanish, that's fine. People will be able to understand you, but if you want to travel in South America and feel more inclined to learn that Spanish, then I recommend you do that. People in Spain will still be able to understand you. I really hope that you enjoy this content, and follow me for more videos like this and share if you like it. See you in the next video then.